I want to talk 5 reasons to get better at cold calling. You know, everyone's favorite topic, because you can call it business development, you can call it prospecting, doesn't matter. It's about generating revenue for your business. We had a customer come to us, and they were having trouble with outgoing their reps doing outgoing work. And we found out that they were working with them, but they were telling them to, they were working with them and they were reading the pamphlet to the customers they were calling. They were doing all the talking. When we came in, we kind of coached them, consulted with them. We got them to change the way they do it. So instead of telling them that and assuming what their problems were, they started asking questions to now find out what the problems were. So get a better idea of how to give solutions. And number one, I'll tell you is all of you have customers. You all have people that do business with you. There's a reason. Find out what their stories are. A lot of times when you have these conversations, they will also find out more about what you do, and that generate more revenue for you as well. And number two, you want to get a script and take your 3 best stories and write a script. My advice is to write it down, because I'll share with you the best man speech from my wedding that was 25 years ago. My college roommate told me he had it all up here, and I'm going to quote this, and I need not worry. He didn't take into account it was a big day for us. He was also drinking all day. If you have a second, can I do my best man speech? Clink, 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 clink. How about these guys? Yes, that was the best man speech that I need not worry about. That was 25 years ago, this July, I'm sorry. I remember that whole thing like it was yesterday, and we still give them a hard time about it. Okay. So write it down and practice it. The next part is number 3, wax on, wax off. You're going to call 100 people. You're going to try the script out on 100 different people, 100 different calls. Like anything else, you're not going to be good at this when you start, but you're going to have a worksheet and you'll kind of be able to modify the story. I was at a sales conference a couple months ago, and there was a gentleman who'd been selling for 25 years, and he was excited to say, I have a new story to share with my customers. So this will always evolve depending on the ebb and flow of your business. Number 4, you want to analyze how those calls went. So you want to keep a tracking sheet. And how this works is more dials leads to more conversations, which leads to more presentations. So it is a thing. The more you talk, the more you kind of figure out what your customers' issues are. That's what you're going to be able to work with. And the last one, I was trying to work in some Star Wars quotes, and I kind of forgot there. I use wax on, wax off, which isn't Star Wars. But the last one is number 5 is get a coach, someone to help you work through this. And a lot of the top performers all have coaches. Luke Skywalker had 2 of them. It really isn't all things. My goal is to complete an Ironman, and I'm a couple years away. But when I get closer, I'm going to hire a coach for that to help me juggle having a family, working full time, and being able to compete at that level. We're not going for a world record. We're just going to finish. On a quick stat from Sales Genius, 44% of salespeople never call a prospect back a second time. Pretty big number. 70% of sales transactions happen after the 6th contact. So I guess my point is, if you are not going to contact your customers, your competition will. So I'd love to have a conversation with anyone who's open to chat. Thank you.